Hello everyone, I'm Imitate, and in this video I want to talk about the Shuhari concept. So it's a very important concept as it applies to traditional martial arts, and I think it's often ignored. So essentially it's made up of three characters, okay, Shu, Ha and Ri, with each one having its own individual meaning. So copy, diverge, transcend, Shu, Ha, Ri. And this is supposed to be the process that's inherent, it's at the heart of traditional martial arts practice. Now, I would say that we've kind of forgotten this a little bit, at least in some quarters that's happened. So the way the process is supposed to work, you get a beginner who's starting training, they know nothing, they have no experience. So what you say is, okay, we want you to copy this. Okay, copy this technique, copy this drill. So through that copying process, they then start to gain some experience, they learn some skills. At a certain point, okay, we no longer want them copying, we want them to put their own flavor on things. So they start to diverge. Their body type may be different from their instructors, they may have different ideas, they may have different tactical preferences, different strengths and weaknesses, so they start to diverge a little bit. So they're no longer copying, they're now making it their own. That's the second phase. And ultimately, what will happen is they have so much experience that they are now capable of creating things that are uniquely new. So they're no longer giving a take on someone else's version, what they're creating is theirs. So I would suggest that within traditional martial arts, we've got stuck in the Shu phase to a degree. So what you often find is it's copy, 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 and if there's any divergence, how dare you, that's blasphemy, don't get above yourself. If there's any attempt to create, again, you know, it's taken in a very negative way, which it shouldn't be. So also sometimes you get this idea, oh yeah, Shuhari exists, but that's just for extremely advanced individuals, master level people. Of course it's not, it's for anyone who's trying to learn a pragmatic skill. This Shuhari process exists in everything, right? So to give an example, I'm recently, one of my daughters is about to start school. We're going around the school. The headmistress is showing us around the school. And in every room, one of the learning processes that they employ on the walls, it had imitate, innovate, and invent on the wall. And they were taking, you know, imitate. So here's one, copy this, okay, innovate, okay, kind of take those ideas and try and make them your own, you know, express what we've taught you in your own way, and then invent, create something that is uniquely yours. One of the other things about this as well, it's often regarded as a long-term process, you know, 10 years on Shu, 10 years on Ha, 10 years on Ri. It doesn't work that way. The process can happen in minutes in some instances, you know. So I've had this, I've shown people a technique, they've copied it for 5 minutes and then gone, oh Ian, what about this here? If I do this, I can do this, and this gets me, great, do that. I've also had people then seconds later go, well, what about this? And they've got like an entirely new expression or drill. And now in my own karate, I'm at different elements with that for different things. There are some things that I'm doing, that I'm learning, that I'm definitely in the copying phase. I'm trying to imitate good examples of it, so I gain understandings of the concepts and ideas and get the basic technique down. There are other elements of my training where I'm starting to diverge that little bit. I'm trying, you know, I'm making these things my own. I'm putting my own little flavor on them and adapting them to my own body type. And there are definitely things, you know, that I've created, you know, that are uniquely mine, which again, in turn, other people then copy. So we need this Shuhari model to be working in order to get the maximum out of the individual and also to get the maximum out of any given system as well. If we don't have that, then it can't grow, you know. And I've used this analogy before, you know, the purpose of roots, traditional roots, is to encourage growth. We should have new branches branching off all the time. If we're not seeing new branches, the roots are dead. You know, traditional martial arts are not supposed to remain the same and unchanging. That's not traditional. If you look back at the writings of the old masters, you know, they were keen on this idea of change and innovation and evolution. That should still be happening. So within my own grading syllabus, that's something I've tried to work in. So in the early grades, they are copying. You know, here's a drill, I want you to do this drill. Later on, I'm asking for variations on the drills and people to put their own stamp on it. And finally, you know, we're giving them projects and ideas for them to come up with things that are uniquely theirs. As I've always said, if Ian Rue ever exists, I will regard myself as being a failure as a martial artist, right? I'm a link along the way, you know, for my students. That's what I am. So I go, okay, here's what I've got, copy what I've got, and then make it your own and make it better, improve on it, innovate. You know, you will develop your own take on karate. And it is interesting when you look back at a lot of the old masters, how against this idea of dogmatic adherence to style they were. So we definitely, I think, in some quarters of the martial arts world at least, have developed problems around this. It's copy, copy, copy. All change is seen as blasphemy. It's problematic. traumatic and was never supposed to be like that. At the heart of all of this, we should have this Shuhari concept. Copying, diverging, transcending. It's a good, efficient way to learn, and it ensures the martial arts continue to progress, and it ensures that whatever we're doing will remain cutting edge while remaining traditional.